Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We got a full house today, huh? I was walking upstairs today and I was like, I want to do a 60-minute workout again. But we're just gonna hold, strong to the 20-minute format once a month, 1 week per month, just at least for the first quarter. I don't know how long I can do it, honestly. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to hold. I always have more to say, and the 20-minute yesterday, it was 40 minutes. Yeah. Oopsie, sorry, but I hope you enjoyed it. All right, we've got a full body stretch class today. I see all of our regular crew. Hello, Paul, Colleen. I saw Heather, Joy, Tracy. Welcome back, Colleen. Thanks for all your kind words. You are all the best. I do have a stretch strap, yoga strap on the side. You can grab a belt, a towel, a band, anything that might help you. We're gonna do a little hamstring stretch. But to begin, let's start standing with our legs hip-width distance apart. Try to find the middle of the camera. And we're just gonna revisit a little weight shifting that we did yesterday. Nice and simple. All I'd like you to do is shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet so your heels get really light. And then shift your weight back towards the heels so the fronts of your toes, the balls of your feet get really light. So let's just do that a couple times, moving forward and then shifting back and just kind of allowing our body. You know how sometimes like a swing will go really high and push it, and then if you don't give it momentum, it starts to slow down and then it just finds its kind of hanging down equilibrium. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Yeah, I like the 20 minutes to do, Heather. It's so hard for me to teach because I have too much to say. Good, all right, come back to center. Let's shift side to side. Ground into the outer edge of your right foot until the inner edge of your right foot lifts up. And sometimes you can even start to feel a little length on the side of your hip there, and then shift back through center. And again, right now I'm just about hip socket width apart as I shift from side to side. So it's a bit narrow, so you can really feel a small weight shift, just enough to teeter you off balance just a tiny bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, the 20 minutes do work well. I know, there's a reason for them. It's my own, I think you know what it is. I think as I get a little older, it takes about 10 for me to warm up. So what is the learning? The learning is see if you can get warm a little sooner, Jenna, and then you can throw in that content in a good way. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. Let's shift one more time over to the left. Good. All right, we're gonna heel toe our feet out a little bit wider so that you can still feel your whole foot onto the ground, and then just reach your arms out to a T. Fold forward in your hips, take a nice long hinge line just until your torso comes parallel with the floor. And then press down into your feet. As we come up, press your hips forward, open your chest, lift up through the ceiling. And then again, so we're nice and long. We've got that good connection happening from front to back and the sides of the torso. And then we lift up and we reach up, pressing down with the feet, really feeling that opening in the front of the hips, the chest. One more time to come over to your hinge, reaching those arms nice and wide. And then let's send both hands over to the right leg as we take a nice deep bend in that right knee. Just finding the inner thigh length over here. And then come all the way up into the center. Let's take that tiny little back bend here. And then hinge forward, bend into your left knee. Find it over here. Ooh, inner thighs. That single leg's bouncing on Monday. It did me. It was good. All right, are we ready? Let's take a little rhythm. So lift up and then bend down and hold it here for a moment. And again, reaching, pressing down to lift up, folding in, bending down. Let's go again. Lift up, reaching over. This time, take your left hand to your right knee and take a rotation up to the side and just stay here, breathing. Bending your hips a little lower. We press into both feet, come all the way up through the center, lift your chest again, open the front of your body, and take that rotation over to the left. Good, now bring both arms down. Let's take both hands to the knees. Round your spine, curl your tail under. Think of a cat back that we do. And then we're gonna keep the hands on the knees as we think of that cow, lifting your chest, reaching high. And go through that rounding and arching a couple times, curling under, reaching through, opening your heart, opening your eyes, opening the front of your body as you lift up, and then rounding, opening the back body, the lower back, middle, upper back, maybe even the hips. Good. And then let's lift our chest, come up back to center, swivel your heels inward for a moment, and just press down on your thighs as you bend. You can let your body hinge forward a little bit. Push down into your knees, come all the way up. So we're just trying to get a little bend with gravity. I'm not paying attention. It's not too much of a squat. It's more like getting into the stretch and the mobility of the hips as best you can. We'll go 2 more like this, reaching down, and all the way up. We're gonna go 1 more to stay down, and then let's bring your right shoulder forward, just find that stretch. Good, and then the left side. Good, and then the right side again. And then the left side. Good. Now with the left side forward, can you pivot your left foot? Take your hand to the ground if you need to. And just bring your knee on down, and voila, we're in a 90-degree situation, right? So bring that right foot forward. We're gonna press an open flat hip forward. This isn't about sending your weight all the way over your front foot. Instead, it's about opening up through here. So just think back to front, pressing open a little bit, finding the length up through your spine, feeling your shoulders down and back, reaching through the crown of your head. And just being here for a moment. Maybe we send that same arm as back leg up over our head. And not so much of a side bend as a diagonal reach. So think about that line from your knee through your fingertips. I'm even shifting my weight slightly side so I can get into these front tighter parts of my hip. Yeah, and if you need a knee pad at any point in time or a cushion, grab a pillow, fold up your mat, whatever you need. Good. Good. Let's come back to center. I'm going to turn this way. Take your hand down. Tuck your back toes under. Let's find that long lunge, pressing back through your heel, dropping your hips, and then finding your rotation. Can you let your hips drop a little lower? Good. Let's take both hands down onto the inside of our front leg and lower your knee down, untuck your toe. And now you can just kind of press forward into your hips at whatever level you have. With your front leg, your bent leg, just let that knee open out to the side. So I'm going here with that leg, just a little bit. And remember, my mobility is not your mobility, and yours isn't mine. So I know that some of you have more than me in certain places, and I probably have more than you in certain places, and it's trying to find your stretch right now. So I want to work into the space where I can feel my stretch so I can be better embodied and help you with cues. But I don't expect you to force yourself into the same exact position as me, yeah? Good. All right, stand up on that front foot once again. Let's come on down with, we're gonna take the back knee and just sit all the way down, right? And then with this front foot, are you able to just pick it up in front and give it a little bit of a tug? So we're getting just the outer edge of the ankle, just for a moment. This would be kind of step one. If you're able to pick it up a little higher, you can always kind of reach underneath. That's a better angle. You're just giving yourself a little sickle foot, kind of pressing. It's nice to bend the toes in a little bit. Sometimes that's a point of mobility that we don't necessarily get on the regular. Good. Good. And then we're going to release this leg and send it out forward, flexing the foot, sitting up nice and tall. Just press your foot against your inner thigh. Reach reach your arms up nice and long, face your long leg. And remember, we've been working on this hinge forward, right? So a long flat back, feeling the crease in the hip for a moment, lengthening and then letting yourself drape forward. And just take a couple breaths here. Good. And don't you worry, I have not forgotten about the other side. You're going to be dazzled by the way we get there, yeah? Hopefully, me too. Good. Roll up through the spine. Let's stand on this foot. Let's hook it in. Sit up as tall as you can, rotating around and past your thigh. Take your head back and just bring your awareness to your sits bones. Can you press down a bit more into those sits bones? Yeah, good. When you came over, my heart was on its way. All right, release. I'm going to turn to face you, and you might want to do the same thing. So we're seated, and if you need to elevate yourself on a yoga block or even a chair, that's totally fine. So 1 foot in front, we're going to have the hands behind the hamstring, so we're just kind of picking up the leg here. I want you to flex your foot so you're pulling your toes back to your shins. Your knee stays in the same place. Rotate your toes inward as much as possible without letting your knee come across too much. Sit nice and tall. We're going to straighten the leg. You straighten it as much as you can. If you can get up to straight, awesome. If not, that's okay. Then we're going to rotate the toes from the lower leg out and come on down. Again, your goal is to create a little rotation in your lower leg here, not move your knee to make the leg move, make the lower leg move. So it's going to take some concentration. So just pivot on your heel, keep that position, stretch it up, rotate it back to the side as much as you can, and then bring it all the way down. Rotating it in, you've got to watch it, otherwise I'll cheat it. Rotate it out, there's not a ton there. Good, one more time. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. All right, we're gonna stay, with the toes rotated out. Reach it up. Rotate them in, come on, and all the way down. Pivot, lift, rotate, and in. It's hard to be satisfied with not a lot of motion, you know? Good. Rotate in, bring it all the way down. One more time, up, rotate in, bring it all the way down, release. Go ahead and bring your feet into a diamond, just take a forward fold. Nice and easy here. Let those hips release and then roll up through your spine. If you like, you can cross your legs or you can stay in your diamond. We're gonna gather the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can just mimic what we're doing here with just your arm movement. It will work similarly. So we're gonna bring the strap up overhead, sitting tall. We wanna bring the arm down by the side so that you're kind of in a side bend supported by your arm. This top arm is tugging up, of course, and we're just trying to find space in your spine. So lift the ribs up, try to find that bend, and keep some tension on your strap. If you don't have a strap, you're just trying to imagine that you're tensing between the two arms, pulling them apart. And then we're gonna rotate your chest towards your thigh, keeping the tension and reaching the arm all the way out. And then rotate back to your side bend. Keep your lower hand exactly where it is, turn your chest up, and open your chest. Make sure that arm doesn't go so far behind that it feels like it's gonna disconnect, right? Keep that tension, and then let's come back through the side bend. Good, reach it forward. We are dreamers of love. Bring it up to the side. Lift, open your heart to the sky, and reach back. One more time, come through the center, turning your chest towards the ground, building that side bend back up, opening your chest through the sky, finding the stretch you need through your chest, your biceps, your side body, come back to center. Now if you can, let's Let's reach up through the middle and bring those arms overhead. I'm wrapping those underarms forward so I don't get too much up in my neck. So bring your underarms forward. If you can uncross and recross your legs easily, go for it. If not, do what you need to do to get there. And then we're gonna go to the other side, so take it all the way over. Find your side bend first, then animate, lift up from inside. Keep tension on that top arm and rotate your chest towards your leg. Sometimes this is more for the back, sometimes it's more for the hips. Bring it out to the side. Open your chest, reach. Feel that every stretch you engage into is really supported from your center. Let's take it forward. Good. Recovering back to the side. Rounding through your hips, lifting, finding space through your torso. Over to the side again. And forward. Good. And open to the side. And the last one, big stretch opening. Find what you need here and come back to the side and tug. Yeah, and come all the way back. Good. Lower the strap down. We can put it to the side. We're going to bring the opposite foot in front, hands behind. Flex your toes up. Rotate that lower leg in as much as you can. Lift up, rotate it out, lower it down. Rotate it in, lift it up, rotate it out, and lower down. Good. Enjoy the tunes today. This is one of my favorites of the royalty-free music. I love unknown artists. I mean, there's a lot of not great royalty-free. Let's reverse our direction. There's a lot of music out there that's royalty-free that feels like, you know, my little niece plucked it out on the piano. But this is nice. Good. Excellent. All right, last one here. There we go. Really nice. All right, let's go ahead and send that leg out. I'm gonna come around, stand it up, reach around, sit up tall and rotate. Grounding through that hip, tugging it forward as much as you can, looking back. Always leaving space for breath. Feel constricted, ease out of your position a little, see if you can find some inhales, some exhales. Good, and then unwind, come back to center, foot stands against, reach up, hinge forward as far as you can, nice and long, and then drape forward, pull those toes back, get the stretch you need. Good. Let's roll all the way up. Bend that front foot in, either just giving it a tug on the floor here or kind of scooping it up and just giving your toes a little bend. None of this should be painful, right? It's just a matter of inviting some movement into these joints, just seeing what's there. This on this foot. Good. All right, we're going to come up onto the knees. Forward. Walk that foot back a little bit. Let's find both hands down, pressing your hip forward, and then let your front leg move just out a little bit. Make sure it's in a position that makes sense to you. So just kind of rolling on the outer edge of my foot like we did at the beginning. Breathing. Good. Stand on that front foot. Tuck your back foot under. Press into your lunge. Open yourself up into your rotation. Drop your hips as much as you can. Good. Let's lower the back knee down, work your way upright, press your hip forward, and find that stretch here. See how we, oh, I see, I see the comment. I see what you did there. She's a smart one, isn't she? 10 minutes per side, baby. We're at 19:30. Got it. I needed a plan to keep me on point. Let's reach that arm up, find your diagonal reach. I told you I could do it. And you know, if you need more, there are 153 classes that you can choose from, y'all, on the YouTube channel. I forgot. You know how bad I am at celebrating milestones. I tell everybody else to do it, and I forget it all the time. I do celebrate other people's milestones, though, so does that count for something? All right, let's come back with both legs together. Tuck your toes under, and then just come into a forward fold however you can. In fact, like, I'm feeling a distinct want and need to come into like a little squat here. I love, if you can come into a squat, there's kind of a nice little shift from side to side, as long as it feels good to your pelvis, to just get a little bit quad knee stuff. We did that great quad stretch last week. I'll probably bring it back in this week. All right. I'm gonna go over. Let's bring your knees in. Press your heels down. Head drops over. Find your forward fold, the one that you need right now. Bent knees or straight, whatever you need. Take a breath. Feel the length of your spine, just letting it hang with gravity. Your head is heavy. And there's an imaginary little portal at the top of your head that you can just open slightly. Let whatever thoughts, distractions, things that you don't need today, just let them trickle out. It's like a little sieve. And then as you're ready, press through your heels, start to roll up through the spine. And just take time and care to build your spine back up, curling your tail under, bringing yourself all the way up to the top, opening your chest. Let's land with our chest on the ceiling, reaching the arms up, taking a deep breath. Lift through your center, reach down through your feet, and then press your arms all the way down. All right, everybody, really great work. Before we leave, just a quick consideration. How did your body surprise you today? And what were the feelings and thoughts or insights that came up as a result of that? It's a good reflection for all of us. In the stillness somewhere above. Good. The city lights, you're falling in love. I hope that some of you are journaling. If you are not, then this is your invitation to do so. It just deepens your practice a little bit. Thanks for being here with me on this 20-minute stretch. Next week, we upgrade to 30-minute classes. Then the following is 45, then 60. We start all over again. We're building and building and building, cycling through. So stay tuned for more, and thank you for being here.